you guys ready to read Peppa's storybook collection? I am. This is for you, Cameron. Peppa Pig Story Collection. The Story of Peppa Pig. Once upon a time, there's a lovable, slightly bossy little piggy named Peppa. Snort, quack, quack. More than anything, the whole wide world, Peppa loved jumping up and down in muddy puddles. Screech! Squeech! Mummy Pig was Peppa's mummy. She was very wise about most things. Mummy Pig would say, Peppa, when you jump in muddy puddles, you must wear your boots. Screech, squeech. Daddy Pig was Peppa's daddy. He loved eating cookies. And he had a big round tummy. When Daddy Pig jumped in muddy puddles, he made a big muddy splash. Yoo-hoo-hoo! Splash! When Peppa's little brother George was born, Peppa helped look after him. And as soon as George was old enough, Peppa taught him how to jump in muddy puddles. George, Peppa said, just like Mummy Pig. If you jump in muddy puddles, you must wear your boots. Squeech, squeech. George liked muddy puddles, but he liked his toy, Mr. Dinosaur, more. Even though George couldn't speak yet, he could say one word very well. Dinosaur! Arr. Sometimes Peppa got a little annoyed with George. George! She would sigh. Why do you always say dinosaur for everything? It's so boring. One day, Peppa, George, Mummy, and Daddy Pig got into their little car and drove to their new house on top of a little green hill. Peppa was excited about their new house, but she was very excited about the very wet and extremely muddled puddles in the yard. Beep, beep. Can we go and jump in the muddy puddles? Asked Peppa. It's nearly time for bed, Peppa, replied Mummy. You'll have to wait until tomorrow. Peppa and George woke up very early the next morning and went to find Mummy and Daddy Pig. Hee 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 hee. Can we play outside and jump in the muddy puddles? Asked Peppa excitedly. We're going to Granny and Grandpa Pig's house today, Peppa, replied Mummy Pig, sleepily. You could jump in the muddy puddles there. After breakfast, it was time to leave, so Peppa and her family jumped into the little cart. Ready? asked Daddy Pig cheerfully. Yes, Daddy Pig. everyone answered. Back, back, back then. Let's go, shouted Daddy Pig. Beep, beep. Yippee, cried Peppa. She couldn't wait to get to Granny and Grandpa's pig house and jump in the muddy puddles. The family soon arrived at Granny and Grandpa's house. Peppa and George were very excited. They loved going to visit their Granny and Grandpa Pig. Granny Pig, Grandpa Pig. Granny, Baba. Granny Pig and Grandma Pig, cried Peppa. Granny League, Baba League, shouted George. Hello, my little ones, answered Granny Pig. Come inside, Granny, said Peppa. Can I jump in your muddy puddles, please? I think Grandma Pig has something to show you first, Peppa said. Peppa to Granny Pig. Peppa was a little disappointed. She really wanted to jump in the muddy puddles. Granny Pig took Peppa Pig to George's vegetable garden. This is where I grow my vegetables, said Grandma Pig. First I plant some seeds. Can we eat your yummy vegetables, Grandpa? Asked Peppa, forgetting all about the muddy puddles. We have to wait for them to grow a bit bigger, replied Grandma. Ooh! Gasped Peppa excitedly. Veggies! Suddenly there was a loud bang. Oh dear, gasped Grandma Pig. That was thunder. It must mean it's gonna rain. We should hurry inside before we get wet. Peppa, George, and Grandma Pig ran inside as fast as they could to get out of the rain. Peppa Pig and George watched the rain splish, splash, sploosh down the window. George started to cry. Don't cry, George, said Peppa. It's only rain. Dinosaur! But George wasn't crying because it was raining. George was crying because he had lost Mr. Dinosaur. Peppa searched upstairs, downstairs, and even in the toilet. But she couldn't find Mr. Dinosaur anywhere. Just then, she had an idea. Peppa ran outside and found a very wet Mr. Dinosaur in Grandpa's very muddy vegetable garden. She ran inside and gave Mr. Dinosaur to George. George was very happy. Dinosaur, grrr. The rain has stopped, cried Peppa. What can we do now? I have a very good idea, Peppa, said Daddy Pig, pointing outside. Hooray, cheered Peppa, seeing the muddiest puddle ever. Peppa had even been too busy looking for Grandpa's vegetables and searching for Mr. Dinosaur. She had forgotten all about jumping in puddles. Grunt, grunt, squeech. Squeech. Peppa loved jumping up and down in muddy puddles more than anything in the whole wide world. Peppa's family loved jumping up and down in muddy puddles more than anything in the whole wide world. Oink oink. Grunt snort. The end.